Her name is Selina Albright. That is from her project Conversations, and that's the track Possible. And it's possible that I could actually speak to her because I've been chasing her around for like 4 weeks trying to get her on the air. And I believe I finally figured it out, and I got the right buttons, and she's got the right phone number, and we're all in the right place. Isn't that right, Selina?
That's correct.
Selina Albright, y'all. Give her a big round of applause. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you. Thanks for having me on your platform.
Oh, no problem at all, girl. I mean, I've been trying to get you on for like a couple of years, actually, because I fell in love with the music when the first.
Years, really?
Yes, when the first album came out, I was like the first single. I just like lost it, and then when some folks told me who you were, and I was like, oh, really? Because I actually interviewed your dad, and that must have been a long time ago, and. And I was like, oh, look cool. I've never done that before. Interviewed a father-daughter team, so maybe I can get the daughter too.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
We just did a show in Lone Tree, Colorado last Friday, and it was cool to share the stage together because we don't get to do it very often. Mm-hmm. Typically, we're touring and doing our own things individually, and when we do get to share the stage or share an interview or share anything, we're like, hey, this is special because, life gets busy. Now I got kids,
Oh. Yeah,
it's a lot.
It gets busy when you get kids, for sure.
Oh, my gosh. I have 2 that are under 5 years old. So that's why I'm like,
yeah, I know
that's
those.
Probably why you couldn't get me on the phone.
Yeah, I know those.
Really?
I know those kids. Yeah, those guys, they just keep you going. Well, if you guys don't know and you haven't figured it out, she's the daughter of Gerald Albright. And Gerald plays saxophone, and you don't play sax, correct?
I tried it a couple times. The first time I sounded like a seal, and then I sounded like an elephant, and then I finally was able to play Mary Had a Little Lamb. I only tried it once. So I would say that's a no, unless I'm playing around.
Okay. So you play piano, keyboards.
I don't play any instruments fluently,
okay.
Except for my vocal cords,
which are fantastic. And
thank you.
I know it must have just been like way awesome for you to be the daughter of an artist who a lot of people wanted to work with. So I imagine you had a lot of opportunity to show people that you could sing.
I did, but in the beginning I didn't take it because I was worried about being in the music industry because I saw what my dad had gone through. He had to work really hard to get to where he is. And so I actually started out in a few other careers before pursuing music as a solo artist. So I did have opportunities to show that I could sing. I didn't always take them, so I'm really blessed that my career is where it is right now because I didn't start from young. Okay. I knew how to sing very young. I was first pursuing that.
Oh, so what was the job you took first? What was your first career?
So my first career, and it lasted a long time because students kept finding me. I was an independent tutor. And I still do it for young cousins and nieces and nephews and stuff now. But, yeah, I did independent tutoring, all different subjects, all different grade levels, and started a business out of it.
Oh, so you thought about being a teacher?
No, I never wanted to be in the classroom. I knew I didn't have the patience for other kids for that long during the day and all at once. So I would take one at a time, or I would take a small group, and we would make learning super fun because I would use my creativity to kind of incorporate play into education, which is what I think teachers don't have the energy or time to do now on a grand scale as much as maybe would be beneficial because they're not supported. So I wanted to do it on a smaller scale but make a bigger impact. And I'm watching all of my students grow up, go to college, have kids,
Right,
that was a long time ago.
Right. It is really great to watch them all get older. I work in I've been in the educational field for a while, and it is nice to watch those folks pass on. Then you see something about them later on, even though they don't know. With the internet, you get to find out a whole lot about the people in your past now. It's like they don't disappear. Like when I was a kid, like you don't ever see a teacher again after you graduate from high school. Now you can follow up on everybody.
It's kind of weird, though, in some ways, but it's really cool because, no generation prior to ours has had the opportunity to do that to this scale. So, I still am in touch with certain teachers that I really liked.
Cool.
I've avoided the ones I was kind of scared of, but yes, I keep in touch with students, I keep in touch with my old teachers, if they're still with us, and it's really cool. So we have something in common, you and I.
Yes, we do. So, and we both love music, so that's something else we have in common.
Yes.
You've worked with so many people already. Who would you say was probably the most influential out of the people that you've already worked with?
Definitely my dad, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to him since I was in the womb. And just watching how he works and how diligent he is and how often he practices has been really influential to me. And then just seeing his perfectionism at work,
Mm-hmm.
And seeing how that plays out, once he hits the stage. And seeing just how he's able to find the right placement
Mm-hmm.
of notes as opposed to just doing, saxophone acrobatics.
Right.
I've really paid attention to him. I wish I could have gotten a chance to work with Ella Fitzgerald,
Mm-hmm.
but she's really influential to me, too. I love her placement and just the way she sings and her tone. Both her and my dad are my biggest influences, and the way they play is just so yummy.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine having a parent like yours that was so. I mean, because I didn't really know about. I honestly didn't know who my dad and my mom were until I was an adult. I knew my mom was a teacher. I knew my dad worked at a plant and he went to work every day. And, you find out about your parents are this and this when they grow up. It's like, wow. So, what age was it you realized that your dad actually was doing something that was kind of different than everybody else and phenomenal in its own right?
Well, I mean, I always saw Dad as this is Dad at work, and he never made it seem like, yes, I'm recording artist Gerald Albright and da-da-da-da-da, and he was never like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always him working. And I would see the crowds cheering for him, but honestly, I got used to it being his career way early on because I was in the clubs waiting for him to go on stage. I would be backstage. I don't know how my ears didn't get blown out, but I was at all of the shows whenever I could, all the local ones. And I would, they taught me how to behave and stuff. They dressed me up. We were all part of it. And then when my brother was born 8 years later, he was part of it too. I was also there when he got his first record deal with Atlantic Records. So I was always, my parents didn't have a lot of daycare because they moved around so much during the day with all this stuff musically, and my mom would work late night, the late shift, the night shift. So we didn't have childcare capabilities. So I was literally with them front and center, seeing everything that they were doing in tandem with one another to make both their careers what they are today. And it was different. I didn't know until I went to school and I was in maybe junior high school, and my friends were like, "Oh, you met this person, you're lucky. Oh, you met Whitney Houston, you're lucky." And I'm like, well, but I saw her without makeup on at rehearsal in sweats.
Right.
And it's weird, but it's cool to know that I had a different childhood from other people. Also very abnormal that I had that childhood. I was not supposed to stay up that late that many nights in a row.
But
probably. It was a cool experience, I'll be honest.
Exactly. See where it led you?
Yeah.
No matter what else you were trying to do, this is where you were coming back to.
Right. I mean, I fought it for a long time, and then I just came right on back to it. But I think because I had the talent, I was like, let me stop kidding myself and at least try.
Yeah.
So I don't have any regrets later. So I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I don't have any regrets.
Cool beats.
On anything.
Are you out touring?
Oh, am I touring? I am. So, like I said, I did the show in Lone Tree, Colorado last weekend. I just got off maternity leave, and so I'm taking the fall to record new music. And then in January, that's when I start back up again, like full force, doing performances again.
Okay. Cool beans. Well, we'll look forward to it and put us on your map. We want to see.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually working on North Carolina right now.
Excellent. Great time.
Yes. I love going to Charlotte.
Oh, see, we'll come down. Yes, we will. So the latest, your newest song is called Dishonest Smile, correct?
Yes.
What?
I love this song.
Really? Why that title?
It's really close to my heart.
Why that title?
I mean, okay, so I was going through a really tough time, and typically, the way I was raised, you don't let people see you sweat. You don't let people see you go through things.
Mm-hmm.
You usually keep what you're dealing with emotionally very close to the chest, and then, unless somebody is super close to you, you don't say anything. And so you put on a dishonest smile. You learn to mask what you're really feeling so that you can just get through the day and not have everybody all up in your business. So that's what I did in 2019 when I wrote this song, and I was pregnant with my first child. The hormones had kicked up. I was exhausted, just coming straight off of a really pretty long tour, Christmas tour with my dad. And it was just a lot on the body, and I think a lot of stuff had just piled on. And so I ended up literally crying on the bathroom floor, and then I had my phone with me, so I wrote this song in my notes in my iPhone.
Wow.
And so that's where this song started, and that's where the title of the song came from, because I just felt like I was lying to everybody about how I was really feeling, because it was Christmas, and nobody wants to hear that, Selina's not doing well during Christmas. We want to just enjoy and hear all the positive things. But I think I wasn't allowing other people to be here for me for years on end. And so I learned a great lesson writing this song. That's why I love it so much.
Excellent.
Because now everything negative I was going through is now my testimony, and now I can use it to help heal others.
Amen. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, amen.
Thank you so much, Selina.
Thank you. It was so cool to be on your show.
Oh, no problem, though. I thank you for finally getting here. Remember
Thank you for calling me and knowing where to find me.
You know that I try hard. When you come to North Carolina, be sure and ring us up so we can come to the show.
Absolutely. And anybody else who wants to find out where I'm going to be can go to SelinaAlbright.com.
Cool. Y'all got that? SelinaAlbright.com. Or y'all call me and I'll send you that way. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
again.
Thank you, Carl.
You're welcome. I'm going to go play Dishonest Smile so they can get a taste of it, all right?
Yes. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day.
I'm going to do that. You do the same, Selina Albright. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. I sure will.
Bye-bye. Selina Albright, y'all. Y'all check out this song, Dishonest Smile. Created